Hey guys, I am going to bring you another video from my camper kitchen. This is a mix because I'm wanting to try it out, and I'm also being lazy, not having to do all of the ingredients myself and find and tested good recipe. But this is a Simple Mills mix for an artisan bread and artisan bread, and I am going to bake it in my toaster oven. So we start with the mix that I put in a bowl, and then I'm gonna add 3 eggs, and a 1/4 cup of water. I'm gonna tilt this down so you can see what's going on in the bowl there. And then I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And I like this recommendation that they made to use olive oil instead of like a canola oil or a coconut oil or something like that, because it will give it more of that rustic taste and texture, and feel more like a good crusty Italian bread that you'd get at a restaurant. And then 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. And I have this is a disposable paper loaf pan that I found at an organic food store, and I probably didn't need to spray it because I could just peel the paper back, but I just went ahead to make it easier to come out, and also so that it'll get good and crusty on the bottom too. So grab my handy spatula and mix all of this in. Now, if you did not want to use eggs, if you want to make this fully vegan, there are great recipes for egg substitutes. You can use I think I've mentioned before, you can use like the Bob's Red Mill egg substitute, or make your own just using a formula of, I think it's 3 tablespoons or 3 teaspoons of water per teaspoon of flaxseed meal to make a flax egg. And but check me on that, because I may not be remembering the ratios exact. Well, I think it's 3 to 1, but I can't remember if it's teaspoon or tablespoon, although it probably doesn't matter too much, as long as you do equal both. And those are alternatives, but I am using eggs because I can have them now. I don't have the allergic reaction to them anymore, which is really wonderful. So I've got this dough forming, and they say it will be a little bit loose, and I'm just going to put it into the loaf pan, and then we will put it in the toaster oven for an hour at 350 degrees, and I will check back in with you when it's done. Okay, so we are back, and the bread is done, and I can tell it's done. I mean, we'll stick a knife in it and you can tell that, but also it's pulling away from the sides of the pan, which is always a really good indicator that what you're doing is finished, whether it's a cake, brownies, bread, anything like that. So I'm going to dump it out of the pan, and I'm gonna slice off a piece and see what we've got. That's what it looks like. It looks really yummy. And I'm going to let this cool for a minute and maybe put some bread, or maybe put in some olive oil. I haven't been able to do that in quite a while, because most restaurants that do that sort of thing don't have gluten-free bread. So anyway, this is I think gonna be a winner as far as Yeah, that's good. My mouth cleaned out before I try to talk again. It is only 10 grams of carbs per slice, and it says 12 servings per batch. So I'm thinking that a slice this big is probably about 1 serving, based on the rest of the loaf. And so that's not too bad. And it's a nice sturdy bread, so it'll be good for, I guess I could slice it thinner and use it for sandwiches. I might want to toast it up a little bit more, to make it a little bit firmer if I were going to use it for the sandwiches or something like that. But it's nice to have some good bread options. Anyway, if you have to be gluten-free, give this Simple Mills Artisan bread a try. Scratch. So if you have to be gluten-free, go ahead and give this Simple Mills Artisan bread mix a try. I think you will find it meets your standards. Thanks. I will be back with more recipes soon. Bye.